Hello, everybody. Welcome back to JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Pitter patter, be poppin'. I said everybody. I'm supposed to start saying coin pull gang because that's what I'm calling you guys now, but I didn't do it. Yell at me on Twitter later about it. Wokey, of course, is here, the best pitter patter pop player in the world. He specifically
Number
asked.
one in the states,
He
in all of the
specifically
states,
asked
all
that I
50
do
states,
not
and then
that I do not look at his score because it would dishearten me. So I will not.
exactly. Don't look at my score. And for those of you who can see my score, I just want you to know it's actually an error. They can't actually handle my full powering process. If you can
You
see the
went all
true
the way
score, it would
over and
actually.
then you rolled back to 0 and had to keep
I'm
going.
basically I'm like in the negative world. I'm like Mario. I'm in the -1, swimming forever. That's how good my score is.
That's fair enough. Okay, so there's no new units since last time because this isn't a Dragon Ball gacha, so it doesn't vomit out units. So the main banner is still Chocolata and Secco, which, let's see when they go away. They go away Friday, so I think the unit that's coming after them will be the fancy new limited that everyone's
Yay.
stressed about. A lot of people are saying it's probably Jotaro. Nobody knows. We'll see. So instead, I think it is only fair because I scored the highest I've ever scored in score attack with these two. I think it's only fair that we do the new Polnareff, the one where he does Silver Chariot shenanigans, and Fugo,
Mm-hmm.
the team that I used for this score attack. So we'll start off with Fugo.
All right.
You know who that is, I assume. I'm going to take that silence as a
Fugo.
yes.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So he is ridiculous in a big way. I know that you have him, right?
Fugo? I think I do have Fugo somewhere. I have to check.
Yeah, he's
Let me do a
ridiculous.
quick check. You keep talking.
Yeah. So he clears 24 tiles, which is just a ridiculous amount. And his cooldown is only 50 seconds. So, or I mean, it's not 50 seconds, it's 50 tiles. So he's really easy to charge up. He also, because he
I
clears
do
so
not
many
have
tiles.
Fugo.
So, for
I
example,
just
if you
checked.
could, oh, that sucks. Um,
Yeah.
for example, if you could run two Fugos together, just using their skills back to back would charge half of each other's gauge because he only takes 50 to go and he's 24 cleared. So it would be half of the other one's cooldown every single time you do a move. Really good. He was the second best character in the game for a long time until Risotto came along, and then he was kind of STR Gogeta in Dokkan for a little bit because Risotto came out and people were like, he can't be better than Fugo. He's random, and then he started scoring millions and millions every score attack, and people were like, okay, I'd say they're about even. Fugo's just way more consistent, and then Risotto just kept dominating, and people have finally accepted that uh, Risotto and Part 4 Jotaro are kind of a 1A, 1B situation,
Hmm.
where it's hard to say which one is better than the other one, but they're both clearly better than everybody else. And then Fugo is like king of the normies. He's not like super busted like they are, but he's really good. So he is the best fair character in the game. That's how I like to put it.
He's similar to he say it's the same role that a early day Gogeta was, where it was very clear that for a long time this was the number one unit, and then the actual busted units came out, and then it took a very long time for people to come to terms with the fact of like maybe he's not as good as he once was,
Yeah, he's still
but
awesome.
still
He's still a
good.
top 3 in my opinion. I think the only guys better than him are Fortaro and Risotto, but
Mm-hmm.
he is definitely not the SS plus tier god that he formerly was. Of course, his stand is Purple Haze. I like Purple Haze. I think it has a very cool name origin. It's very, very cool name origin.
Mm-hmm.
2, very cool looking stand and cool idea. I like the whole virus shenanigans thing that he does. Um, I never asked this. What's your favorite Ventuario character? Because I know you don't like it.
For yours?
No, you. What is your favorite Ventuario character?
Oh, for me specifically, it's
Yeah,
let me see. This is gonna be. I think on it's. Oh man, this one's tough.
I really need to learn how to mute Discord beeps. I don't know how to do that, and my God, man, I get so many
You're getting a
beeps.
lot of
I get so
you're getting a
many
lot of
beeps.
beeps.
Yeah,
Usually, OBS when you open it up, it will automatically Discord will silence itself. But if it's not doing that, then that's very unfortunate.
yeah. I do not know how to silence my
Um,
beeps. I'm getting a beep per video ratio I've got going on. It's not great.
I would say it's probably the again, and as you've said before, this for some reason part 5 has completely been erased from my subconscious after I was done reading it. But the parts that I do remember are usually stuff that involves Mista. So I'm
Yeah,
just gonna
Mista's
go with
great.
Mista.
That's fair.
Yeah,
Um,
I love his stand. I love his little bullets.
Sex Pistols,
So
so good.
yeah,
Uh,
it's very good.
he is. Yeah, I was just curious because I know that you and I are usually on the opposite ends of the totem pole when it comes to Golden Wind. So wanted to see who you
Yeah,
liked.
we the
Yeah,
exact opposites
yeah.
on the Golden Win as far as
hmm
I'm concerned.
Um, Fugo's animations are okay. Most of them are pretty generic. He does like a fight pose, or like he just stands there with his arms folded, like looking like fucking Fugo. But he has one animation that's so good, where he just pulls out a fork and he gets a menacing look on his face, and he just goes like yeah, yeah with the fork, like tiny little stabbing motions with it, and it's really good. You remember the very
That's
beginning of Vetso Ario where he stabs Narancia with the fork because he gets the math problem wrong, right?
yes, I do.
Yeah. So that's where it comes from. And then Narancia has an animation where he has his pocket knife that he pulls on Fugo after he stabs him with the fork, and he also makes the tiny yeah, yeah, like stabs with it. So if you put them in a room together and you get both animations, Fugo has a fork and Narancia has a knife, and they just like tiny little poke at each other with it over and over again. It's really funny.
That is really good.
It makes up for how bad all his other animations are. But yeah, he's
It's the one.
it is. It's the one animation that makes it all worth it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, still really good. Not as good as he used to be, but don't let that discourage you if you own him because he's still super busted. Also, he has a really good novel that you should read if you like Golden Wind. So everybody except Wokey should read this. Um,
Yeah, I won't read it.
yeah, you don't read this. It's called Purple Haze Feedback, and it follows Fugo after the events of Golden Wind are over, and it's really good. It's
Hmm.
maybe the best, like whatever you want to call it, extended universe JoJo novel of all of them.
Out of all of them.
Yeah, I'm really partial to
Hmm.
Over Heaven because I'm like a huge Dio fan, like big time. But Purple Haze Feedback is like
Fair enough.
really good. So, you know, you should read that too. Anyway, what do you think? What do you think of Fugo, the former king who is now like a squire? He was a knight once, but now he just kind of carries Jotaro's sword around.
I think for being from whatever he's not limited, right?
He is
He's
not.
in
He is
every
the
banner.
best character in the game that is not limited.
Yeah. I think for that fact alone, it makes him more viable for someone who's at least starting out. It's always nice if you're going to start a game and you're re-rolling or something to have a character that's like, well, he's always in it. We always know he's in it. He's not one of the top limited guy. He's not like on the same par as like the limited people, but he's perfectly fine on his own.
Yeah, it's a good point. I
And
didn't
so
think
you should
about it because he's always the reroll target. Anytime someone is rerolling, he's the one they're going for.
yeah, to go for him. And I think that kind of helps gives points in his favor in my eyes, just because I like an idea of like a free to play. You said like a squire, he will always be there in the banner. Well, some people will miss someone like Jotaro or Risotto, like you said, because of their limitedness, and sometimes because they're only up for like a day or two or something.
God, dude, that
Uh,
you gave me really bad PTSD for that Joseph and Caesar. I don't know why. Who releases a banner for like 48 hours? How do you make any money doing that?
I have no fucking idea. It was so weird because they were
Because like
literally
all the
here
other
and then
ones were
gone.
not that fast. Like Risotto had, I think, 5 days or so, and Part Four Jotaro was out for like a week both times he was out. And they dropped that voiced Joseph and Caesar, and they were like, "You better get him by tomorrow morning, or you ain't get shit."
Yeah, it was super bizarre. But I think because he's free, he's also, like you said, you've mentioned his moves, perfectly good. He can still hang out with the big boys, even if he's not doing the big boy damage. I think that fits him pretty fair. But if he's not as, especially as the game gets older, he is eventually going to lose some shine. That shine's not gone yet, but I still think that puts him somewhere in like a 4.5 range for me.
Yeah, I can see that.
Just because he is
4.5 sounds
still
good to me too.
extremely good.
Yeah, he's extremely good, and he's a beginner's best friend. I can
Yeah.
vibe with that.
Someone that you need to have. It's a character like this needs to kind of exist in the game for either for when you're starting out or for something so that like even if you get fucked over in like a limited, like trying to go for the limited, you could always go in the back of your mind of like, well, maybe I'll get Fugo, and if I can get Fugo, then I can uh, start saving for. That's another thing, is that he's a good guy of like, he's good enough that I don't have to go crazy every banner, so I can just actually save in the background while I use him.
Yeah, that's a good
So
point.
I think he has a lot of good use to him.
I like that. He's your money saver.
Exactly. And that's that can be extremely important for if you're wanting to save up for some of the limited dudes in here that only have like a small window of time for you
Yeah,
to get.
yeah. You got to pick and choose in this game, definitely. So I like 4.5 as well.
100%.
So we'll give Fugo a 4.5 out of 5. I like that. Next up is I don't know why he's so like, I don't know if controversial is the word, but you either really love him or you really hate him. Is Jean-Pierre Polnareff, everybody's favorite or least favorite JoJo character for reasons I cannot explain. Do you know why? Is
Hmm.
there? Because I assume you like Stardust Crusaders more than Vento.
Yes, I do.
Yeah. Do you have any idea why people hate Polnareff as much as they do?
Oh man, I'm trying to think of like, I think it's because why do people? I think it's because Polnareff is like the what's the best he's so due to factors not of his own, he is the Yamcha of the group. And I say that only because he's literally like, since Stardust Crusaders, and even especially considering the end, when you consider every other character has, I think, kind of their, I think, crazy like either a badass moment or they have their moment to shine. I think even Polnareff's own moment kind of gets sidejacked by two other people, just simply because when it's he's not the main focus of what you're thinking of. So Polnareff ends up becoming like weirdly like hated because he's not on like the same, which is not fair because I think he is for the most part better than some of the main cast members of Stardust Crusaders. The only thing that's different is that, again, this is spoilers for anyone who hasn't finished it, he doesn't die. So that's why people are like weirdly hated about him, is
I
because he
have
didn't
seen a
have.
lot of people say like when about Kakyoin's death that like it should have been Polnareff, and I was like, man, that's harsh.
Yeah. So that, I think that's the main thing, is that they're also just like they can't get over the fact that somehow he lived when it really seemed like he shouldn't have lived at all. It
I
seems
guess I
like
could
out of
see
all the
that.
characters too.
Of everyone
Yeah.
that should have died, he was probably at the top of the list. I could
Yes,
see
for
that.
it to also be like he also survived, and also I'm glad that he survives. I'm not like in such a case of like, oh, he should have died. I don't understand that. If he survived, then he was able to survive. That's all that matters. But I guess for other people, they're like, it doesn't make sense. He should have been the one to die instead of some of the other people that died
I like
instead. But I
that.
think it
I
just
like
kind of,
that spoiler respect for Stardust Crusaders right there.
again saying if you figure it out, you
Yeah.
figure it out. But I think that's kind of why Polnareff ends up coming off as like weird,
Yeah, I
just
guess I can see that.
I guess out of yeah, out of all the main cast, he also kind of gets, I want to say, the shortest shrift of the remaining members of Stardust Crusaders, considering everything that you see post after Stardust Crusaders.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he's in Vento Ario, everybody knows now, but it is definitely, I don't want to say less exciting, but it's a little weird. He doesn't get a very good
Yeah.
return. It's not a very
I'll say
joyous
even
return.
when reading it, when Polnareff shows up, I was like, wait, fucking Polnareff is still alive?
Still alive in a
I would
wheelchair.
have
Man's
I would
struggling.
have thought he would have died in between by now.
Well, he almost did. He came very
Yeah, he almost
close,
did.
but he managed to pull it
That's
out.
why I assume. Yeah, that's why I assume. I think people don't like Polnareff. If there is, for whatever reason, if there is a controversy for doing him, I think it's those very facts.
I
Again,
can
I like Polnareff. I
I
think
can
he's a
respect
perfectly
that.
good.
I love Polnareff. I think he's great.
Yeah.
Well, okay, I love every JoJo character, but I also really like Polnareff. Um, really good in Pitter Patter Pop. He's got two versions. He has an SR that, I mean, is pretty good. It's SR good. It's not like
Hmm.
Yukako that's like this crazy goddess for no reason, but he is good. But the GR is the one we're talking about, and I like because so when characters get re-released, they usually use the same sprite, but they get like an addition to it. Like Giorno has three
Mm-hmm.
different versions. He's got the original, like just regular old Giorno, and then he's got the one with the frog, and then he's got the one where Gold Experience is like draped over his shoulders, like they were in the car when they fought Bruno. Uh, Part 4 Jotaro's in a different outfit, so I guess that's their addition to him. Voiced Bruno has like sticky fingers is draped over him. The voiced Jonathan has the breathing mask, the Hamon breathing mask. I guess Caesar
Mm.
isn't any different. I don't know. But the difference they decided for Polnareff was that he should just carry his luggage that he carries around on his back. So he doesn't get any pose with Silver Chariot or anything. He just has his little parcel on his back.
That's pretty funny. So this is not in a wheelchair Polnareff then. It is
No. It is he is in the files. He was data
okay.
mined as coming out. But this Polnareff is a Stardust Crusaders era Polnareff, where he is not in the wheelchair with the crazy visor and shit.
Okay. Or in the turtle.
Or
Got
he's
it.
not in the turtle. I really hope we get a Polnareff in the turtle. Like, it's just a box trophy joke unit. Like the Frog
Uh-huh.
Giorno. The Frog Giorno sucks. You can't use it for anything. But I really want a Polnareff in the
But
turtle unit.
all right, fair enough.
God, Polnareff might have my favorite ending ever. In that, like, his body gets nuked and he's like, I'm dead, man. I'm in this turtle. And then he stays in the turtle and he just hangs out with Giorno. That's what happens.
I mean, he's lived a perfectly fruitful life as a human being. Why not just live out my remaining? Well, actually, I was gonna say the remaining years as a turtle. He's about to live past fucking
Yeah, he's
100.
a fucking turtle. He's gonna be old as shit for like, forever.
Do you think that to this day, Giorno and he keeps getting like Polnareff just keeps talking to him as like the turtle body of like, hey, see how you're running things around here. Do you need some good old Polnareff's advice? Listen, I kept you around because I really like this turtle, but I really can't. You've been going on about this for the past 20 years, and I really don't want to hear you anymore.
You joke, but that's actually exactly what happens.
You did it.
Polnareff becomes Giorno's like advisor, like second in command in the turtle.
See, as much as I will say I don't like part 5, it's the characters of part 5 are pretty good.
It's so good,
for
dude.
their
It's so great. Anyway, this Polnareff is cool because he is a gameplay dependent character. So
oh.
basically, do you know how the combo system works in this game? I'm guessing no, because I didn't know until very recently either.
Oh, of course, as the number one player, I have been using it subconsciously this
Right,
entire
right.
time.
Without really knowing what you were doing. It's like a mutant that you
Yeah,
hadn't figured out your powers yet.
exactly. I'm like ultra instincting, ultra instincting,
Instincting? Is that?
instincting. Thank you. Ultra instincting all over this game,
You
just
fucked
like
that up
the
again.
everything just falls into place. And I know the combo system, but I haven't figured it out. I haven't mastered it. I'm in the
Right.
before the white hair version of my
Your
current form.
your combo system omen. Haven't yeah.
Exactly. Combo system Wokey open as I play the game. So why don't you go ahead, tell the people, and then maybe I'll be able to unlock my master form by
So
understanding the
basically,
combo system.
as long as you make combos fast enough, your combo counter keeps going up. I forget the exact times. Someone told me them, and I don't remember them. I think it's 4 seconds until you hit 100, and then it's 1 second after that for every combo that you hit. They don't have to be in
Mhm.
a row, so like you can move tiles and they won't like and not make a connection, and the combo counter will still go up as long as it's still within that time frame. Well, this Polnareff, the higher your combo counter is, the more tiles that Silver Chariot destroys. So basically, the better that you're playing, the better this Polnareff gets. And when he's at max output, he clears just a ridiculous amount of the board. I mean, it's over half of the board that he just slashes apart with Silver Chariot. It's really good. I really like
Huh.
using him because I think it's cool to have a character that like they have a couple other characters in this game where like every time you use their skill gets a little bit better. But Polnareff I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
is unique in that it's not about how often you use the skill, it's about how good you as the player are doing. Because even if you suck, it doesn't matter how many times you use the skill; it's never going to do anything for you. But if you're playing really
Mhm.
well and you're keeping your combo counter high, it's one of the best stands in the game, and I like that. I think that's creative and cool and fun, and he's definitely one of my favorite units in the game to use. He's in my top 3, I think, that
You
I
know
have the
that
most fun using.
I think yeah, that's a really cool mechanic because also it's a good way of being like if you're there's not a lot of good ways to tell if you're getting better at pitter patter pop, but now that if you did have this character, you'd at least be able to be like, all right, let me check how my Polnareff game is right now.
Is my
How good am
Polnareff on
I?
point or what?
Exactly. So if you're like my Polnareff isn't at max efficiency, that means that I have not fully mastered the art of playing this game. Then you at least know right there, like, okay, so there's something screwing up with my gameplay because I'm not going fast enough. So that means that he's not at his max efficiency. So if you actually see his max efficiency, it lets you know, like, okay, I finally am at a place where at least I can hit this high. And then from that point, you enter another stage of like, how do I even keep going?
Right.
So it's actually pretty cool to have a character that's like that can actually keep track of how good you are at the game in general
Yeah.
and be
No,
like,
I like
okay,
that.
yeah, I think
One other thing that I like about him in general, you cut out there. I hope you're back. Um,
yes, I'm back. I
okay.
didn't say anything.
Oh, okay, good. So I like that. And another thing that I like is that he makes Narancia really good. So also like when you use stand abilities, the combo
Hmm.
counter is affected by them. So like when you use Fugo, he clears 24 tiles, but because he clears all 24 at the same time, it is only one combo. But a character like Narancia, who shoots like 7, I think, 7 or 8 tiles, but they're one after the other, he adds 8 to the counter. So it's cool to make teams with this
Hmm.
Polnareff also because it's all about the way the stands work. Like Narancia, who hits them one at a time, Mista hits them one at a time. Um, Narancia is 8 hits. Mista is 6 hits. And because it's 1 1 1 1 1 instead of like 5 all at one time, they benefit the combo counter better, even though they don't clear as many tiles. So he opens up a lot of cool combos for characters that don't have a whole lot of purpose otherwise, which I like. It's back to how this game never lets anybody stay bad forever. As long as you pull their buddy, they're pretty good.
Yeah, yeah, that's very good. If he's able to make dudes like that who just have a very it's adapting to a completely different kind of play style
Right. And also,
of
I think this Polnareff is also probably a top 5 unit. It's debatable if you think Chocolata or Polnareff is better. Um, I'm not gonna
Hmm.
have that argument which one I think is better because I don't know. I honestly don't know. But he's debatably a top 5 unit, and he is also not limited. So you can pull him out of the regular banners, pull him out of the coin banner.
and
You
feel
can pull
good
him out of
about it.
anywhere. Yep, and feel very good about it because he is awesome. His animations are pretty good. They're regular, just Polnareff stuff. He always carries his bag on his shoulder, and so he walks with his hand on his hip, like he does when he carries it. Um,
Uh-huh.
he does the weird Polnareff. I don't know why he does this animation because I don't remember Polnareff doing. Oh no, I know what it is. He's making the face that he makes when he sees the pig's head come out of the toilet. He's making like the
That's a
disgusted
very
face.
specific. That's a
Uh,
very specific animation.
yeah, that's a good face. The pig head does not come out of the toilet. He's just making the grossed out face, but it's a good face. But his stand animation is really good. Most of them are just like, hey, look, the stand is here, and he does a thing. Like, Purple Hazes is kind of cool, where like the virus thing goes out and a couple birds fall, and then he like slow mo punches the screen. But Silver Chariot's
Mm-hmm.
animation is great because it's Polnareff right in the front, and then it zooms out really far, and it like follows Silver Chariot as it flies up to the screen and starts slashing all over the place. It's really good. It's one of my favorite stand animations in the game right now. It's like that
Does it
one
sound pretty?
and Voice Jorno, I think are my favorite ones. Oh,
That's
Mavis sees
pretty
somebody
cool.
outside. Honey, no, no, no. I'm doing things. Shut up.
She sees Polnareff outside. He's like,
Yeah,
the fucking turtle's back.
fucking
Yeah,
turtle. He's gonna start
go
advising
away.
me on how to run my gang again. Uh,
Listen, you gotta stop trying to bring in Wookie. You gotta let him go. He's holding you back. Polnareff, I defended you. Get your turtle ass back here.
I defended you all this time and this fucking turtle. Um, yeah, and of course I like this Polnareff even more now because of the ridiculous score that I got on this last score attack. It won't be a spoiler if I say what it is because I'm gonna upload the score attack video first, but I'm still not gonna say it because it feels like a spoiler because I haven't uploaded the video yet.
Yeah, you're right. No spoilers on this one.
Except for
Absolutely no
the
spoilers.
except for the ending of Vento Ario, which I spoiled. But
And which we've talked constantly about how Polnareff is currently a turtle
in a
and
turtle
how
body.
he
Spoilers, Polnareff is a fucking turtle. Um,
is that the name of today's episode? Is spoiler Polnareff is a turtle?
I think probably, yeah, that's what I'm gonna call it. Uh, if you haven't watched the past like 3 weeks, I don't want to hear it. All right. Polnareff is a fucking
I
turtle.
also I also want to say in every single episode of Pitter Patter Pop, we've been talking Pitter Patter Be Poppin', we've mentioned Polnareff turtle almost every single time.
Maybe that's very possible. I cannot confirm or deny, but I do love talking about Polnareff turtle, so it's very possible.
Yeah. So
But anyway,
get
what do
used to
you what
it.
do you think of Polnareff? Jean-Pierre Polnareff.
John Pierre Polnareff. I think it's a definitely. So I kind of want to. I'm trying to phrase this the best way possible. It's very nice and good that they have had a character that's a 100% skill based. I also feel like for the exact player who is not into Pitter Patter Pop for he ends up becoming a unit that they can actually use super well. It's kind of like similar to how a which I think every kind of fighting game has this kind of equivalent of a character who's very hard to use, but if you actually put time and effort into them, they get really good. But to anyone who's not into putting that much time and effort into it, it turns out they just kind of go, "This character sucks. I don't understand them."
That's fair. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
Yeah. So, but I still feel like he should get around a 4 just because his actual I think everything about the way he actually like functions is really cool and how it also kind of secretly is telling you about a system that the game itself does not tell you about. And it's something you have to actually look and discover, kind of go into it. Like you have to actually go deep into Pitter Patter Pop to kind of understand this combo system. And then once you understand it, then you have a character that can actually help you learn it, which is really cool. So that's why I'm feeling a 4 out of 5.
All right, I respect that. I am giving him a 5 out of 5 because I agree with everything that you said, but also I really enjoy playing as him, and he's Polnareff, and I like Polnareff a lot too. So perfect five out of
Yeah,
five
that
for
I
me.
think I also agree with that, and I respect that.
Yeah.
That's two different view sets on it. Both of them. What we can agree on is that this is a very good boy,
Yes,
and
he
he
is
deserves to
quite
be on the
a
big
good
boy
boy.
scale.
So 4.5 out of 5 end score there.
Yes.
So let's hit the questions corner. We got 13 replies. Again, as usual, I do not vet them for troll questions ahead of time, so I don't know how many questions we're actually going to answer. But let's see.
You don't do what I do and read every single question as they come in.
Nope. I let the surprise flow. So the first one is from
A
Soul
very different.
hashtag JP Gang, and he said it's at Child Devourer, that's interesting. He asks questions most
Okay,
of the time, and I feel like every time I see that his at is Child Devourer, and I'm like, huh, and then I just move past it. He says since the
fair enough.
anniversary is in October, What do you think the anniversary units will be? Are they going to hold Diavolo and Gold Experience Requiem until October? For the record, I don't think the anniversary is in October. I think it's in August.
Uh,
Uh,
oh,
I
so
think.
much sooner.
Yeah, hang on. I'm gonna fucking Google that right now. But also, everyone seems really. I've noticed this. They seem really fixated on the idea that the anniversary is going to be a double thing. Um,
You know what? It's because of Legends.
I think both Legends and Dokkan, of course, everything is like the W. It's the W Fest. It's the Double Fest. I don't know that
Yeah.
it will be. The only one I can think of that was a double major release at the same time was Joseph and Caesar for 2 days.
Hmm.
All the other big boys have pretty much come on their own, and I think that there's a decent chance that the 1 year anniversary is just Gold Experience Requiem, and that's it.
You think it will be like when Dokkan released Super Vegito and Broly in the same banner? It was really weird
Probably. I
because it
mean,
was
if
like,
they do a double, it'll be the same banner because Caesar and Joseph were not in different banners; they were in the same banner. Um,
I think it's possible. I think if there's ever a time for you to get away with two banners, it's during an anniversary. But you can only get away with it if you also give enough
free shit.
in the pitter patter pups. Yeah, you have to give a shit. You have to give enough that you could actually feasibly summon on both, or you can summon a lot on one. That's
Yeah,
the only real
yeah.
way it works out.
So I just Google
Otherwise,
it.
you're just kind of
The
fucked up.
anniversary is August 27th, not October. So soon,
In terms
very
of,
soon.
I was gonna say because if it was gonna be in October, I would say they're gonna release Spooky Giorno. He's
Eh,
gonna be wrapped in mummy cases,
Mummy
and it's
Giorno.
actually gonna be just the him and
Oh
the other
my
JoJo's is
God!
different. Like,
Imagine how great a Halloween Giorno would be, but he was dressed as Dio, because Dio's a
yeah, and he had
vampire.
like a vampire cape
Yeah,
on,
like a
and
vampire
so
teeth.
he was
Oh, I want that now. That'd be so good.
just wait for Halloween. That's
Yeah.
just the way. If Pitter Patter Pup does not do a special Halloween like units with them in the little costumes, I'll say it would be a missed opportunity.
I agree wholeheartedly. They did not do Christmas
Yeah,
units last year or Halloween units last year, but the game is more popular now, so it is possible.
there you go. That was the perfect time.
The next one
Do it.
is from Alternate Ego, hashtag RIP Etika. I agree. It's a very sad story.
Mm-hmm.
At Alternate Salad, he says, if they release a new hype unit, who do you think it will be? Probably Diavolo is going to be the next hype boy. Um, I don't really know who else
Seems
it could be
likely.
until then. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like anybody that
If
comes out
they're, it's
between
gonna.
now and Diavolo is like they're just like nobody's gonna fucking pull for them anyway.
Yeah, unless it's specifically a character I really like, in which case I will be the one to pull for them, and
Yeah,
that's
if it's a
the
character I really like, I'll pull for them in addition to it. But like, if that, let's say people are right about the next limited that comes out in a couple days, and it's the voiced
Mhm.
Jotaro. I don't care that much unless he's like super broken. If he's like wild broken, okay, I'll get him. But like, what could he? If he's not gonna be good, I'm not gonna go ham to like get a bunch of him. I'm just gonna try to get one, if at all, and just wait for King Crimson.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's tough, especially with part 5 getting in near the end game. You know very soon that those end game personas, my bad,
Close
stands
enough.
are gonna be getting. I was gonna say persons, and then it ended up
How
turning
long is
into
it? How long
persona.
has it been since we've have we gone 3 episodes without an accidental Persona reference?
Yeah, I think so.
All
So there
right,
you go.
0 days since accident in the workplace.
All right, put up the sign. But either way, the anime is heading into a very hype moment. So
Yeah, and
you
this
know
game
that's
releases heavily based on the anime, so like you got to know not to go ham and spend all your shit
yeah.
and get tricked out of your
It's
King
not doing
Crimson.
what Dokkan did, where they released the Goku Black, and then he ended up being after the hype died down. It turned out that he wasn't that good.
No, no, they're not. They're probably not going to do that. I expect King Crimson to be very good.
Hopefully not.
Yeah.
Let's see. I have
Next one
faith.
is from Mikey at Mikey Bikey. I know all
Perfect.
of these
I like
people and I've never
alliteration.
read their ats like before. It's fucking funny.
You should do it. That's why I do it on to be released. You could say and find it now on my channel. Put up the link right here. Put up everything. Just kidding.
Do you think they will wait until Part 6, that is Stone Ocean for the viewers at home? Do you think they will wait until the Part 6
Yeah.
anime airs to release Part 6 characters? 150% yes. Because Stardust Shooters is
Yeah.
like old enough. It's older than both of my dogs, and they do not have any characters that are not in the anime. So, yes, they will wait.
hmm And now the hope is that Stone Ocean isn't that far away, but let's see
Yeah, let's
because
find out. People thought that Golden Wind was never going to come, so
yeah. Whoop. Is that? Can you hear that in the background?
no. I sure cannot. Is there something I should be hearing in the background?
Okay, no, never mind. If you can't hear in the back,
Okay, cool.
it was a vacuum
Oh,
cleaner.
nope, can't hear it. So the next one is from Garrett at Gutter. And he says, around what event banner did each of you start the game? For me, it was the original Bruno Bucciarati banner, but I believe I deleted and reinstalled several times before the game really stuck with me. For me, it was at New Year's. It was the very first Part 4 Jotaro banner where he came out and he had, you got a free GR ticket every single multi-summon you did. I started right then, and I just
Oh,
got super stacked because I had a bunch of those free tickets. And I got Part
huh.
4 Jotaro from that banner too. So, yeah, it was really good.
Hmm.
What about you?
I think you can find. Let me see. I'm trying to remember. There was some kind of deal that made me play. I want to say there was maybe a free multi going around, but
Free
it was around the
multi.
time before
Maybe.
Part 4 Jotaro was going to come out again. I want to say it was the second time he was about to come out. I started maybe 2 weeks before his release.
So like the half year anniversary.
Yes,
Okay.
around that time. I wish I could tell you the units that were out there. If it helps, I was able to get Zeppeli when his banner dropped.
So it was right. Yeah, Zeppeli was like one of the last ones before the anniversary. So that makes sense.
It was exactly at Zeppeli's point. I wanted to say I joined because of Zeppeli.
Fair enough. Next one is Brian
There.
Rodriguez at Cats, spelled all with K's. Katz. Cats are cool 21. And he says, "Who
I'm
do you
glad
think the
he's
next
bringing the.
voiced unit will be?" I guess the predominant theory is Jotaro.
It seems likely at this point, right?
Yeah, because I mean
Yeah.
we've got that alternate tile. So unless they were just fucking with us in that dire thing, then it seems like it's gonna be him.
Yeah, I could see it being him.
Next one is from Bernie 1228 at. I'm not gonna read your at because there's a lot of numbers in it. How do you think Diavolo's
It's
ability
great.
will work in Pitter Patter Pop? I have no clue. No fucking clue.
Tell us,
Yeah, you tell
tell
us.
us, Bernie Sanders.
Yeah.
He will remove all of the student debt from your
Yeah, he's gonna skip
if
time
you
until
pull
the
him.
student debt is already paid. Uh,
Exactly. And
yeah,
then you're like, how the hell did this happen? And then you just won't know.
yeah, you'll have no
You'll
idea.
never know.
He'll say it just worked, and then he'll walk away.
Yeah. I still think it'd be really funny. I think my idea, because I've had similar questions of this. The idea is that when you use King Crimson, it has a random effect that you never happens again.
So you
So you
can't
never
like
know.
get you can't figure out what he did.
No, it's very strong. Whatever he does, he helps. But then also you don't know what the fuck he did. You just know like all of a sudden you're doing very good. And you go, okay, I guess it just works. And
I
that's I
like that.
think the only way you could fully do justice to his character is that it has to just kind of work out for you.
Yeah, shit just goes well for you. I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Next one is from Bunny O at Big Bunny, and he says Giorno or Diavolo. I like Giorno more.
Giorno made his right hand man a turtle, so it's gonna have to be Giorno.
The next one is from Blue at what in the hell? I'm not gonna read your at because I can't. He says, "Is Dio cute?" Dio is like everything, man.
Yeah, he's very. He would not get this far and have many children out there if it wasn't for the fact
Yeah,
that
if
he
he
was
was
cute.
ugly, Giorno wouldn't exist, man.
Yeah,
He was so hot.
and I'm just saying,
Abdul calls him hot. That's how hot he is.
Exactly, and Abdul doesn't even have any sign of like he would be into it, other
No,
than
no,
that one.
not, other than the fact that he thinks Dio is super bangable. So clearly Dio is cute.
I like fucking the idea of Abdul saying that everyone is going like, "What the hell?" It's like, no, listen, man.
You don't
I think
understand.
we have to. You don't understand. Listen, I know he's evil, but we can't discredit this man's looks at all.
We cannot blame him for his the evilness. He's too hot.
Exactly, and that's in canon. I think he is canonically considered cute.
Yeah, yeah, it's lore that Dio is very bangable. So the next one is
Exactly.
from Beep Beep at T Too Low Stew. Too Low Stew. And he says, "Who do you think is the best combination units?" I assume he means like 2 units to use together, because there are no combination
Yeah.
units in the game. Actually, I don't know. I don't know. There's a lot of ways to take this question, but I'm just going to assume that he means 2 units that you use together. Who's the best team in the game? Um, Shit, that's hard. Probably
Can you
Risotto.
use John? No, go ahead. Say.
Risotto and Yukako, or Risotto and Voice Giorno. Probably, I'm gonna say Voice Giorno
Hmm.
just because I like him more. Risotto and Voice Giorno is the best team in the game. Fuck it. That's what I'm saying.
All right.
I don't think it's true, but that's what I'm going with.
I was gonna say, can you use Jonathan with voice Jonathan
You
and
cannot.
run double? You cannot. I would
No.
say that would be the best team, but you can't run it, so it's
No.
too good.
Yeah, it's banned. Too good.
Um, in terms of the best team, so this is another thing of like I've the only real team I've ever run is the only team I've ever needed to run is Zappelli and regular old Jonathan. It's been my team since day one, and it continues to be my team. Though occasionally, I think because Fugo is so fucking annoying, I've replaced Zappelli with the Green Day that we were talked about yesterday, just because he's
Chocolata.
easier.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zappelli's ability does not work super well if you can't actually fastly charge it. So it
Yeah.
was a big pain in the ass.
Yeah, I can see that.
So I replaced him with him. But yeah, also, I'll still stand by Jonathan and Zappelli. One day people will see.
You are the best player in the world. You think that they would know by now to listen to you.
And yet they forsake my words. They call me the Forsaken King.
The next one is
The
from
false
Jack.
king.
The false king.
Yeah.
Jack at Charizard 1705. And he says, "Who do you think the first anniversary units will be?" Again, we're really fixated on the plural. We'll say it's
Yeah.
2. If it's 2, it's probably going to be Requiem and King Crimson, I would assume. But I also would assume they're not going to hold King Crimson that long. So maybe it'll be like a voiced Jotaro and Dio, like versus type deal.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Because we are overdue for a good Dio.
Yeah, for the anniversary, it usually goes one of two ways. Either it's the current hotness of the anime, or whatever it's based off of manga. Or it's literally one of the most well-known battles in the history of the series itself.
Yep.
That's usually what you say for an anniversary.
Yeah, you got to go
Or
big on
if
an
you're
anniversary.
Dokkan, yeah, or if you're Dokkan, it's GT units. But either way, it's one of those two.
That is fair. Next one is from Snake at Legendary Merc. He says, "How come Coin Pull Gang works for everyone but me? Why are you doing this to me?" And it's a gif of that little kid throwing the tantrum in the leaves. Coin Pull Gang is
I'll
not like a pull gimmick. That's a state of mind. That's, you're either in Coin Pull
Yeah,
Gang or you're
actually, you
not.
know what? Just to prove him wrong, I'm going to currently do a coin pull in honor of Coin Pull Gang and see
All
if I
right,
get anything.
I'll do one with you. How about that?
All right, tell me when you're ready. We're gonna sync it up.
All right, I'm ready.
Ready, go.
It
All right.
is Tarkus.
Oh, I actually got a new unit. It's fucking fuck. I have not used to his color scheme. It's one of the pillar.
Is it a bronze or a silver unit?
He is a silver unit.
Does he have a
He has
turban or like a
he's
long
got
headgear?
He is not. He is green. His background is green.
That is Wamu.
Okay, I was gonna say Wamu, but I didn't want to 100% say it. So I actually got pulled a new unit. So I actually can
Wamu's
confirm
actually pretty
now that.
decent too. So there you go. Hashtag coin pull gang.
There you go. That's the first time Coin Pull Gang has. Technically speaking, what I want from Coin Pull Gang is to get that voiced Jonathan, but I'm gonna
That
have
one
to
that I
hold off
got in the
until.
first coin pull in my last coin pull gang video.
Yes, I'm not saying that you stole him from me, but I am saying that you stole him from me.
Uh,
So
that's
the
fair.
answer is that you just got to keep at it, man. I hope everyone out there synced up their coin pulls for that exact moment and pulled with us. If you did, post it away right to us.
Yeah,
Send it
post it in
straight
the
to Zen.
comments with the hashtag coin pull gang.
Send your coin pulls to Zen and say, when's the next Pokemon Soul Run, and then show him your coin pulls.
Oh my god,
There you
Mavis,
go.
honey, you're very in my face right now. You gotta chill. She's like climbing on my face and like trying to shove her head between my face and the mic. Oh, fuck it.
Just going full Shadow the Colossus.
Yeah, dude. She's like, I'm sick of you talking into that shit. Just pay attention to me. All right. Next one is from Zoroark Master 26. I think his at is the same thing.
Mhm.
It is. And he says, for a voiced Dio, would you prefer him to say Muda 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 or Zawarudo? Both. I want him to say Zawardo when you use the stand. And then when you win, I want him to say either Muda 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 or Hinjaku Hinjaku. Either one.
I also kind of would like a Rai somewhere in there. I
Oh,
mean,
the
he has
Re?
to kind of
Yeah.
be a like he has to do one of those for sure. Here's the thing: is that what I feel like Dio has so many voice lines that maybe you just want to split them up into two different
Two different.
like.
A voiced Phantom Blood and a voiced Stardust Crusaders. That's the way to
Yeah,
go.
if he's yeah, if we get a specific Phantom Blood one, he needs to say every time he activates his ability, you thought your first kiss would be with the one you love, but it was me, Dio.
Oh man, I really hope that if he gets a voiced one and it's part one Dio, I really hope when he wins he says goodbye JoJo.
I actually just want a clip of all the times he ever says JoJo. I think one of my favorite. The reason I was able to get my brother into part one is just the way Dio says JoJo, because he definitely goes like JoJo, like he does the.
JoJo. It's so good.
Oh, it's so good.
Oh
So there
man.
you go. I guess our answer is there should be two Dios with voice
With
lines.
different voice lines to accommodate all the Dioing.
Exactly.
And then the last question is from Purple Haze at D Drezeros 96. That's a lot of Z's and R's in that, bro. And he says,
Yeah,
"What
it's a
happened
lot.
to that coin pull video? I just like I was playing a lot of Final Fantasy 14. The expansion comes out in like 2 days. I'm trying to get ready. I did not upload the video in the correct time frame. It is coming tomorrow. I am probably going to do my score attack video today, which for you guys will be yesterday, because I'm probably uploading this tomorrow. And I'm going to do a double upload tomorrow, which for you guys watching this will be today.
Yeah. I mean, Zen has a very busy schedule that causes him to sometimes forget to release videos. Sometimes it's like the part 4 of a video series that you do with your good friend that you have a lot of fun doing and would like to continue doing.
I need an
And you just
editor.
wish,
I need an editor.
yeah. Like he also has, again, Zen has a lot of things to do, so sometimes he just gets stuff out of order. I do the exact same thing, which is sometimes why you get videos. It's like something you do sometimes, like you just fucking lose track of time and then you're like, I accidentally recorded 1 hour's worth of grind and talk and have none of the actual videos to go with it. So
Exactly like that. That's what it is.
100%. What I'm saying is you got to start editing your own videos and you will understand why Zen takes a while to edit
Yeah,
stuff
yeah,
together.
I need to do it, and I keep thinking like, man, I really got to do this. I'm gonna do that tomorrow, and then I get home from work, and I'm like, ah, shit, I gotta get into my roulettes in 14 before I do anything, and then I do my roulettes, and then I'm
Yeah.
like, ah, shit, I gotta get a video to put up today, And so I get something recorded, and then I'm like, ah, shit, I'm just gonna keep playing 14 probably. And
Yeah,
that's my night.
that's what happens, man. That's
Yeah,
what happens.
that's the struggle. It is. So that's all I got. Thank you guys for watching another episode of Pitter Patter Be Poppin'. Shout outs to Coinpole Gang, all of you that are
Keeping it
here.
strong.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wokey is also in Coinpole Gang, even though he has not gotten the unit that he wants out of it yet. Whether or not he wants to be, he's in the Coinpole Gang.
Listen, man, you just got to keep at it. Like all gangs, eventually things just kind of work out.
Hey, look at part 5. All right, as long as you keep at it, it's gonna work out.
Yes, exactly. 100%. Just keep going. Just keep swimming.
Keep on keeping on.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
And then goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye. I like how you were in mid thought, and then I was like, all right, I'm fucking turning it off. And you just immediately went to goodbye.
Yeah. Well, my thing was I was about to pull up the script for Old Boy and start reading bits of Old Boy until it was time to end the show.
Okay, and with that, oh, there's the Mavis bark. I'm actually turning it off now. All right, bye.
Goodbye.